Squishy-faced cats may be adorable. Their cuteness may come with a cost.
If you learn anything in life, you'll learn that cuteness always comes with a cost. Here in today's Forever Families with the U of I's College of Veterinary Medicine is Dr. Hadley Gleason, embarking on a new study of, I'm assuming the official title isn't squishy-faced cats, but that's the easiest way to describe it.
It's not. So the official title is brachycephalic cats, so essentially means short face, short head. And so we're looking at this study because we know that brachycephalic dogs, so English bulldogs, French bulldogs, pugs, we know there's been research that says their squishy faces, as you said, come with a price. So they have a lot of respiratory issues. Other body systems can be affected as well. And so part of my research as my master's project is to investigate how can we help cats that may have similar issues.
So we're looking at some cats here. What kind of cats in particular are affected by this, flat-faced kind of syndrome?
Certainly. So the big one that comes to mind would be Persians for sure, but also exotic short hairs and Himalayans. And these are definitely the most popular purebred cat breeds that we see. And so these cats can all be affected by respiratory, breathing issues, issues with being able to eat, all those sorts of things that we're trying to investigate. How can we better help them?
But they're so cute.
Is the answer as simple as there's not enough room in their face for the respiratory stuff, or is there something more, critical than that?
When you break it down, that's kind of it. So you think about their skulls are much shorter. They have a lot less room for all of what we call the soft tissue, so their tongue, their palate, their noses are often very squished, and so that leads to them having much less space for them to breathe through. I kind of liken it to when you have a cold and your nose is stuffed up and you're forced to breathe through your mouth. That's what a lot of these pets are kind of living with on the day-to-day.
And so do you think it's going to be pretty similar findings between the dogs and the cats?
I think it will. We have a few studies out there trying to get some more information about cats because, as I said, there's really not a lot. They're kind of an underserved population when it comes to pets in the home. And the few cats that we have had participate in the study, anecdotally, these owners have reported that they're noticing a difference. So we're hopeful that will continue and that we'll be able to publish results and let everyone know.
What is it that you're doing? You're saying it's a study, but there's a surgery involved, right?
Yes. So we are having these cats come in. We're doing full evaluations of their body system. So owners that participate in the study, all of this is free as long as they qualify. So they'll get a full body CT scan, they'll get full blood work, they'll get a heart evaluation, and then we perform the surgery, which is just a fraction of the procedures that we perform for dogs. So we just open up their little noses that they have that are often very small, and then we see them back in 2 to 3 months to do the same things again and see if we're seeing differences in their activity at home, differences in their heart parameters, differences in their blood work, and their CT findings.
How long of a treatment plan do you think this is going to be? You mentioned coming back in 2 or 3 months and then again, and how long is the follow-up?
Nothing more after that. So just the study covers the first visit and then the follow-up at 2 to 3 months. And as I said, all of that's free, so to the client as long as the pet qualifies. So that's really, and then after that, we hope they go on to live long and happy lives.
Yeah. So if someone has a squishy-faced cat and they want to participate, obviously they have to qualify. What do they have to do to find out if their cat qualifies?
They're more than welcome to call the University of Illinois, so they can call the main hospital number and ask for myself, Dr. Gleason. We can get their contact information. We can reach out to their veterinarian, their primary veterinarian, and see if we have information that can help them know if they qualify.
Okay, this is going to be a question kind of off topic, but thinking, since we're talking about flat-faced, like dogs with the bulldogs, I saw a video on Facebook where one of those little French bulldogs jumped into like a pool or a body of water and they immediately drowned. Is that because they're their noses and because they can't breathe, or
I don't know if I could speak to that exact case, but certainly
I mean, it just seemed like they just jumped in and sunk. Or maybe they just don't know how to swim.
They're probably not the most athletic breeds, that's for sure.
Oh, okay.
But they certainly are really predisposed to, if they're out in the hot sun, dogs thermoregulate or control their temperature by panting. All of that panting through those, extra tissues with their big tongue and their big palate, they can get into heat stroke really quickly.
I thought it was going to be because they're flat-faced.
If we've learned anything today, we know that Heather needs better YouTube viewing habits.
It was a great video, by the way, if anybody has seen it. It's hysterical. Well, because the owner just jumped in and ruined his phone.
I was going to say, this sounded like a tragic ending.
Sorry. So if you have a flat-faced, squishy-faced little cat that you would like to see if can be treated so that they can breathe better, we'll hook you up at CILiving.tv. Dr. Gleason, thank you so much.
Of course, thank you so much
Best of luck with your study.
Thank you.
Cool.
Exciting stuff always happen in there.